Yes people, welcome back to the Football Psych YouTube channel for another video where today we are going to be talking about confidence. Now, what is confidence? What does it look like in football? Well, a lot of the time when we think of confidence, we think of something like this. But it doesn't always just have to be, skills or flair. It can be performing under pressure and really just not doubting yourself, not being afraid to fail. But we'll talk about that plenty in just a moment. So before we do, make sure you drop the video a like, subscribe if you're new around here and you like all things football, you are in the right place. And make sure you click the notification bell so you don't miss an upload. It would be rude not to. But now that's done, let's talk about football. So, what is confidence in football? Like I've just mentioned, it can be a variety of different things. It can look very different depending on the player, depending on the situation. But I think it boils down to a player's ability to have faith in their technical ability, not being scared, no matter who they're coming up against, to take it to the opponent and go, actually, I don't care who I'm playing. You might be the best in the world in your position. You might be the best in the Sunday league in your position, but I have faith in myself. I know that if I'm on top of my game and doing everything I can, then I'm good enough, and it's not trying to be anything different, knowing your game, knowing your play style and sticking to that and going, when I'm on my game, there's no one that can stop me. And also, like I mentioned, it doesn't just have to be showing skills or being a flair player, and having all the tricks in the book and it looking impressive. That's a form of confidence. That's having faith in what you do. But not everyone's got feet that good. Not everyone can do a roulette. Not everyone can do this. So it's knowing your game, sticking to it and I guess just having faith. That is ultimately what it comes down to. So yes, it's very easy to look at your Ronaldos, your Messis, your Neymars, your Mbappes, the players who traditionally show their confidence in a really overt way. It's very clear to see. But it doesn't mean that that is the definition of confidence in football. It could be a defensive player knowing that they can give the attacker a few yards because they back their own pace. Or, matching up someone from a corner, taking the biggest player, taking their biggest threat because you're confident in your own ability to deal with the danger. So I'm trying to say really that it can be so many different things. Often when I'm sitting here trying to figure out what I'm going to say for the video, I thought, it is about skills and showing off and expressing yourself, but it's expressing yourself in different ways. It doesn't just need to be that. And I think that's important. Confidence is a really fundamental understanding in football and sport. And I think a lot of the time it's misunderstood because of that very reason. We see confidence as things that are beyond us, or, well, I'm not that kind of... Everyone needs confidence. Everyone can improve it. And if you really hone in on your confidence as a skill, as a factor of your game, then I think you're only going to level up. I think a good way to put it into context is a player who's not showing confidence, for example, goes missing. Is scared to get on the ball, doesn't want to receive it in tight areas, doesn't want to receive it under pressure. So they go missing a bit. They maybe play a little bit safe. I've mentioned in a few videos before that maybe why Chilwell's not getting the Chelsea team at the moment is because he's very, very lateral. When he gets the ball to the side, it's to the back. Players like McTominay as well. I think he's very talented, but maybe Fred gives them a bit more dynamism in midfield. Maybe he takes bigger risks on the ball. He's not afraid to fail and give it away. He might have a lower retention rate than McTominay, but McTominay maybe have 80-90% success completion rate. but maybe then passes aren't very progressive. So Fred might be a little bit more of a risk. However, he drives the team forward. He makes things happen. And I think that's another key thing. Don't be afraid to fail. No one is perfect in football, even your Ronaldos and your Messis. If they were, they wouldn't miss a shot. You know, they'd have 100% pass completion, and they don't. They don't have 100% take-ons, but they try new things. You know, they take risks in the big games as well, no matter who they're playing against. If Ronaldo come up against Van Dijk, he'd relish that challenge. He wouldn't go missing. He wouldn't try and hide. He'd try to, you know, match himself against him on the biggest stage where everyone's watching. And I think that's the key. So how can you be more confident on a football pitch? Well, I think number one, trust in your ability. No matter what level you're playing at, you're there for a reason. You know, you're playing for a reason. So trust yourself. Even if it's a really challenging game, you're up against a really challenging opposition in terms of your area of the pitch, trust yourself, back yourself. You know what you can do, you know your limitations, but don't be afraid to try new things. But also, don't try and be someone you're not. Stick to what you know and just perform it to the best level you can. Keep it simple, and therefore the confidence will come. I guess the second one is seeing pressure as an opportunity to thrive. Like I said about going missing and maybe being safe, see the big stage as an exciting thing. You know, it's a chance for you to really test yourself, you know, to push yourself. It's all well and good being in the nice, easy games where you're getting a lot of the ball and the opposition is sitting off you, but how about when the going gets tough? They're in your face, they're making it hard for you, they're getting on your back. What can you do then? You don't have to change your game, but just that slight bit more pressure involved. How are you going to react to that? And I guess the third one, and almost the concluding point of this video, is don't try and be confident, but just think confidently. Now, I'll try and make that make sense. Confident doesn't mean one thing. Like I've already discussed, it can look like a variety of factors and manifest itself in different ways. So don't try and be confident, but change the way you think. Be more positive and confident in your thoughts. The way you look at the fixture list and, oh, that's going to be a really challenging game. Yes, it will, but that's an opportunity to prove yourself. It's not an opportunity to go missing or hide or have a poor game because you've got an excuse. Change the way you think. Be more confident in your approach and your build-up, in the way you look at things. And then, ultimately, you will be more confident in yourself and the people around you if you try to change that mindset. And that's rule number one. Don't try and just be confident, because that doesn't really mean anything. I've tried to speak about the different ways it can seem, but try to be more confident and positive in your thinking. But that is going to be full time for this video. I hope you did enjoy it. Who knows, maybe you learned something too. But let me know in the comments, what does confidence mean to you? What does it mean in football? Can it be a lot of different things? Do you think there's a really simple explanation? And let me know on that last point. Do you think that confident thinking and positive thoughts is the key to actually becoming more confident? But thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.
Been crying so much to the poltergeist, trying to hold on to love, but it's forced.